Happy Friday night, everyone. Welcome. We're happy to have you with us. This is a really exciting Friday night. So we were sitting here talking. Gordon said, should we go live from the Acropolis when we're there? And so we'll just get the lay of the land. We will see. Oh, I just realized you have that on. And we'll see what it looks like and if we can go live from there. Wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah.
It's like one of my very favorite places on earth.
Yeah, so as we were coming to the studio tonight, of course, we have to, worry about the fans and so on. And we got into our different dressing rooms. She didn't know what I was going to wear. So
I don't know where he gets this stuff, but it's really good to see all of you. Tim and Cindy, good to see you. Tim wants to know if you have dinner on Princess at 7 every evening in the dining room, if you have the same waiter. If you do in the traditional dining room, if you make a separate reservation for the reservable dining room for 7 o'clock each evening, I like to think that you could ask for it and they would get in the habit of giving you the same table and the same waiter at 7 every evening. But I am sure that you do if you book it so that you are in that traditional dining room, except for those seatings are at 5 and 7:30. So yeah, I would think so. Just tell me you want the same waiter every night. So Code 4 for Life sure is good to see you guys, Don and Scotty. If you guys don't subscribe, you should be subscribing to Code 4 for Life. James, nice to see you. And Sigrid, good to have you with us. And Ray and Linda, I love that you say hi, gang. That's indeed what we are here. So yes, those AARP gift cards are still good. They're just not selling anymore. So once you run out, you're done.
Standard Princess gift card.
So yeah.
And thanks for those that are pointing out that I'm back.
He just had a tummy bug.
Yeah.
He had a tummy bug and he felt better like Tuesday afternoon. He was feeling way better. So thanks for asking. You guys are really nice. And Larry is over there in jolly old England. Woo-hoo. So Larry, I have a question for you. He said that the Princess transfer driver was waiting for them. So I've heard just recently that in Vancouver, they are giving out taxi vouchers so that when you arrive, they don't put you on a shuttle bus. They just give you...
I bumped it. Sorry.
They just give you the voucher for the taxi and that it works super smoothly. And so that's useful to know if you're going out of it. Well, we're getting close to the end of the season. Maybe we're at the end of the season in Vancouver. But anyway, ships will still come and go from there. And then, so I'm guessing, Larry, did they just give you a voucher or how are they doing them there? Clearly, they weren't putting everybody on the transfer bus. So, hey, Carrie, nice to see you. Thank you. Love Greece. Me too. And this should be a really nice time of year. We've been here before, and I've been here before in October.
I've only been in July and August.
But
June and August. Yeah.
June and July.
Well,
at any rate. So
June, July, and August,
I'm wondering a little bit about the weather. We've been tracking the weather a little bit, but when I was just in Spain and France, they were having like the chilliest fall that they've had in a really long time. To me, it was still really comfortable, still very comfortable, but it was not as hot as it has been when I've been there before. So I guess we'll see what it's like in the Med at this time of year.
80.
Hope you're doing good, Carrie. Hope you're having a nice trip.
Sunny and 80.
That's just perfection. So, hey, Christy, sure is good to see you. And David, wish you guys could come. I know you're busy, but that's okay. Just know you'll be missed. So thanks again. Code 4 for Life. You guys are so nice. Mari says, sometime I'll be needing your guidance about our attempted flight home from the Enchanted in June. Okay, you can send me an email. Thanks, Mari. So, and Becky from San Diego. Oh, and Keith, Ann, and Jerry. So nice to see you guys. Let's see. Oh, Larry says you got a note from the Princess rep that they'll be in the lobby of the hotel tomorrow and Sunday. Their bags need to be outside the room at 9 and in the lobby at 10 and y'all be in the lobby at 10 for the transfer. That sounds just perfect. So I hope you're having a good time.
So
Larry.
Are they running transfers down both mornings so you can go a day early, or is that for different cruises?
Well, I think that they're just remember when we stayed at that Princess Hotel in Rome and we weren't using it as a Princess Hotel, we just booked it on our own, but that rep was down there often to help people.
Oh, I see.
My guess is that's what he's talking about. And then they'll go down to the ship on time.
They'll be there to help you one morning and there to do the actual transfer the next.
Yeah. Tanya, good to see you. And Boss Peppa.
I may be
have a
slow
Coke. I like that. Have a Coke. So, Wendy, you are such a love. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. I know there's a lot of Christians in this group. Appreciate it if you pray for my father. Oh my goodness, sweet lady. She had to call him in and had too much blood all over. We will pray for your dad. We'll pray for your dad. And you know what? Thanks for saying that, Wendy. We'll pray for your dad. And you know what? We all have to pray. I talked on the phone today. I was going to cry again with a Let's Go family member that lives in Tampa. And they had a cruise, and they're not going to get to go on a cruise because they don't have anything. They don't have suitcases. They don't have clothes. And they are even able to live in their home. So I know everybody pray and give money to whatever charity you give money to that helps people, that actually really helps. It's my best advice. That's what we're doing here. So oh, there's our Hetty. You're in Montreal. I saw on her Facebook page tomorrow on the Volendam, and I remember that's your very first time on that ship. So Hetty I saw on her Facebook, she starts in Montreal and ends up in Fort Lauderdale. What an amazing, and goes around so much there of Canada and New England. So indeed, it's going to be a wonderful cruise.
Yeah,
I'm really happy for you, Hetty. Really happy for you.
Her photo from her flight. So
yeah,
I'm glad you're here with us tonight, Hetty.
Yeah, we're happy that you're here, sweetheart. Let's see if I missed any. Evelyn's here. Oh, 20 days. Why did I think you were already on your way, Carrie? I saw that you posted about the seasons transitioning in Vancouver, but why did I already have you on a ship?
Yeah, we thought you were already on the ship, and then you're posting about your broken window. Go figure.
I'm sorry about that.
No, that's great.
Yvonne, hey there in Texas. Good to have you with us. And Connie, so nice to see you all. It's just like everybody comes. It's fun. I want everybody to watch my video today, and then I expect comments, and I expect going forward, like progress on how we're doing on what I talked about today. You just go bipping through life, and then things happen that you're like, oh my gosh, oh my goodness gracious. And so like with Wendy and her dad and all these things. So Wendy, we're thinking about you, and we're thinking about all of you. We got Bruce here. Nice to see you. And NorCal, Jen and Holly. Good to see you, Holly. Did I miss Tammy? Hi there, Tammy.
Mm-hmm.
Indiana there. And Linnea, nice to have you with us. Let's see, and who did Betton's Bag in Washington next week? The Majestic Princess out of beautiful Vancouver.
Oh,
that's
nice.
going to be fantastic. I'm really happy for you. Yeah, Chica, hope you're having a good day. Thank you. I'm really glad you could make it too. Everyone, hi everyone from Donna in North Carolina. And Melody.
California.
Oh, thanks, Fern. You read for us now.
My voice is
nice to see us.
My voice is always weird nowadays.
I don't know. We had the windows open for a while because it's a beautiful day, and somewhere somebody was burning something, so I think that bothered both of us. So I hurried and shut the windows and turned the air on. So he was there and had a minivan with just you, no voucher involved. Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah,
I'm glad they have it set up.
And that's chocolate to boot. That's great.
And chocolate's always a good idea.
Yeah.
So let's see. Oh, Hetty says that there in Montreal, she clearly saw the Holland America rep. What a big deal that is.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I'm really glad to hear that. Thanks for telling us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, you're looking like our favorite computer geek, please say. You guys are so sweet. Yeah. I was going to tell you, okay, let me go make sure no more questions. Ray says, can we redeem the ARP credit cards we already purchased for the Ocean to Ocean group cruise? Yeah. Yes. Did you get maybe my email didn't go through. I replied, but sometimes I don't know where all email goes, but I know, I said, because you were asking me. So yeah, you can just send me the gift cards anytime you want, and I'll pop them on your booking. Yeah, thanks. Which should we do, the Panama Canal or Europe?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, you should do them both. But you know what? I have not done the Panama Canal yet. But based on how much I enjoy Europe, if I could only do one, I personally would go to Europe. But it really depends on what you enjoy and what you look for. Like, I love, love, love history. I love architecture. I love archaeology. I like standing in places and thinking about where I'm standing and what's happened there forever. So it really would depend on what you enjoy. But the Panama Canal, I'm really excited to see that. So can you do like one now and one later? or something like
Because
that.
that is a lot of history with the canal.
Yeah, tell
too.
us what you enjoy the most. I was just going to say, so I need to get reading again. I've read The Path Between the Two Seas by David McCullough before, but it's been several years.
Oh, yeah.
And so
20 years maybe for
I was
me.
wanting to read it again before we go. So I've got to get going because it's thick and I don't have a lot of time. So yeah. Oh, Faye, what a sweet thing to say. Wendy, we all lift up your father in prayers as well as you and family.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Thanks for saying it
to you, Wendy,
perfectly.
and knowing what to do. And
Oh, that's a good thing. Yes,
Yeah.
we'll pray that you know what to do and can take good care of your dad
Yeah.
and that he'll be okay and the healthcare providers will know what to do. Yeah. Let's see. Has anyone ever done the panoramic ocean view cabin on Royal? Are those the ones that are way up front? Because I know that on the Royal class of ships, they've got those ocean view cabins that are so forward, and it's like you have a whole wall that is the window.
That's
Yeah,
right.
it's
Remember
really
they
huge.
took us. We
We got to go see those. So yeah, people that have done those tell me they love them, Holly. Yeah. So for what that's worth, yeah, we're sending you so much love, Wendy, to you and your dad and your whole family. So Colette, so good to see you. Michael and Nancy, really good to see you guys. And Heather, let's see.
And thank you, Michael and Nancy, that you're here on separate accounts. That brings our numbers up, which helps.
Thank you. We should ask a question for everybody to answer.
Oh, okay.
Okay, everybody vote. Should is it Roy or Ray? I can't remember.
Should it go to
yeah? Should you go to Panama Canal or Europe? Everybody vote. Say where you think you should go.
If you haven't done either, what should you do?
Yeah.
And Roy.
Thank you.
Yeah. So here's the question.
Okay.
We'll pop it up here so you can see. What should you do? Should you go to the Panama Canal or should you go to Europe? And of course, Europe is a big,
there's a lot,
vast,
there's a lot
destination.
To see.
Yeah. There's the Baltic, there's the Mediterranean, there's the British Isles. There's a lot to consider there.
So you have to think of what you want to see first and what you would enjoy the most. So let's see.
And if you back up a little bit, your first trip to Europe was to Italy.
It was in 2006.
Yeah. And is that part of what makes it so that a little more special?
Oh, you know what, sweetheart? I have been thinking an awful lot. Do you ever think about you want to go somewhere again? Do you ever stop and think about why you want to go somewhere again? And every once in a while, I do think I'm chasing memories.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to go again, but you can't go back in time.
Yeah.
So every time you go is special. And you wouldn't trade it for anything, but
because you talked about how
the places are special because of what you do when you're there.
And you talked about how the British Isles cruise just stood out to you more than you thought it ever would. And I remember when we went there, when we were in Edinburgh, I said to you, the last time I was here, I was with my family, and it was 20. Did I say 20 years? Yeah, 40 years.
This is way before
it was 40 years ago. And yes, I brought back that memory, but you and I created the new ones. Yeah. So I had a wonderful memory with my extended family, my siblings and my parents. Yeah. And then all of a sudden I had a new one with my sweetheart.
Yeah. It worked nice.
So yeah.
Well, and I think of our Northern Lights cruise that we had a year ago now. It left October 4th. So a year ago today.
That's right.
Hetty was there and we had 16 of you with us, and I want to do the Northern Lights again, but you have to temper your expectations because I think, how could I ever have a trip like that again? But you know what? If I go again, it will be wonderful. But yeah, you just have to remember everything. Ray, I'll send that email again. Ray says he didn't get that.
Yeah.
I can't remember what else you asked me. I said, email me. It's okay to pay anytime. The Panama Canal cruise has gone up in price since the people that booked when we first were doing it. And so if you booked back then, you can pay for it and not be worried that we're going to be trying to get money back if we can get a lower price, because it's up and it's too booked for them to be put. This is my opinion. I'd be shocked if they dip any lower than people that booked when we first were doing it, because it's just gone up too much.
Yeah.
because it's fuller.
Yeah.
So,
and I didn't tell you this. So yesterday,
okay, Cindy Milligan.
again, I work at a university where there's a lot of students from all over the place, and a lot of students that go a lot of places. And I had a conversation with a boy yesterday who was in Bristol and Wales when we were there.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's just fun.
So just had a fun
Did
little
they get
conversation.
parking tickets too?
Actually, I mentioned it. So, we've shared with you how I pick up these.
We just get these parking tickets
going in a bus lane. And I mentioned it, and he says, yeah.
They did too.
It's a big thing.
It's a thing.
It's a big thing. He
so
says,
don't drive. Well,
says,
you know what? Some days you have to, like when we got our last one, like what were we going to do? Pull on the sidewalk?
And that was exactly what he said. He says, you don't have a choice sometimes. Yeah. You've got to go down that lane, and the camera pops, and there you go. You get your ticket in the mail. It's revenue generation.
Yeah. Oh, and Christine and Randall are off on the Utopia for tomorrow. Hope you have a fun time, you guys. Now, and I'm excited to hear. So the Utopia only runs 3 and 40 cruises.
Oh, that's okay.
And so I'm really excited. Sincerely, Christine, let us know what you think, because so many people as of late have told me Utopia is a party. They just call it a party boat. Mm-hmm. And this nice gal I met on Azamara was telling me that she went just to see what it was like, because, it's the thing. And she said, yeah, the way that it's like built, because it started off sailing those 3 and 40 itineraries. It's never done 14 days or even 7. And so she was saying how it is that way. Not that it was bad, but she could just tell the difference. And yeah. So anyway, Christine, have a good time and let us know. So Hope, it's good to see you. And if Mark is there with you, nice to see you two together. Let's see. Northern Cal, Jen.
I'm sorry, did I jump too far?
Oh, you are sure welcome. You are most welcome. So I should talk about that. So she said, thanks for helping me find a solution to the plus package dilemma for 3 people going in a cabin. So when you book 3 people in a cabin, like often if you have 3 adults, you'll have 2 want the package or 3 want the package. And so if only 2 want the package, just put the 2 that want them as guest 1 and 2, because 1 and 2 always have to have it, or else if anybody's going to have it, 1 and 2 has to have it. You can add it for 3, but if 3 doesn't want it, just move people around. So, got this for Ray here. Okay. After several calls and emails regarding stock perks, we finally got our onboard credit applied to their Queen Mary 2 cruise. Princess is so much easier to deal with. So did you do it through the stock perks app? I have seen Cunard there in the stock perks app, but I don't have a Cunard cruise book, so I've never tried it. So let me know. Let me know. Okay. Let us know how you did that, because I've only emailed those in before. Okay. For people. So, hey, Thomas, sure is good to see you. I don't know if Kathy's over, but if she's there, hi to Kathy. Yep. So,
well, now Roy has been through the west side of the Panama Canal in a small boat.
And it was very nice.
That would be really interesting.
That would be really interesting. So maybe you want to do Europe then, because you've seen down there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was what I remember about the river cruise, is we were there and we reached out and you could touch the side of the lock.
Yeah, it was really, really cool.
Inside up the river.
Every time I think about that, I get excited to go on the Christmas market cruise.
Oh, yeah.
So anyway, Ellen, nice to see you and have you with us. Let's see. Oh, John says that the Panama Canal was wonderful in 2015. Let's see. Oh, Chick is with me when it comes to Europe. And you know what? There is still so much to see. I need to, we've been looking at river cruises again. And so Nancy wants to do one where we can see the tulips and go from Amsterdam. So we'll look at that as soon as they release their 27. I think that would be a ball. And then, but I've been looking for, I've been thinking a lot about what to do in 25. 24 this year, I've been gone a little bit much and I spent a lot of money. And so 25, we're going to need to be gone less. But they throw in these love boat cruises that are so fun. You got to go. And I'm trying to decide what we're going to tuck in and where we're going to tuck it. So look, everybody's saying Europe. Okay, I think you got to go to Europe.
Got some Panama down
there's Connie with the Panama.
And Hope says Panama.
So, Hope will be there before we know it. Europe is a history lesson. Pretty much, Carrie. I read a lot about Europe, and I've been thinking about talking about that a little bit more, and just like what to think about and like what to look at. Because I think a lot of times people go, and we all do this, right? We get so excited for where we're going to go, and then we're worried about the logistics, like what to pack and what train to take, or like how are we going to get to the hotel and which hotel and all of this. But then I feel like sometimes not enough time is spent on what we're going to see and like what that is and why it's there and what's happened here and all of this that gives context to what you're there in the first place for, right? So, because when I go to the Mediterranean, I love the sunshine and I love the blue water, but it has to be more than that, right? Or else why would we spend so much to get there and so much time?
Yeah.
So thanks for those votes, you guys. It helps them get an idea. Yeah. Oh, see, Nancy is so smart. Depends on what time of year, what weather. So that's true. Panoramic cabin on deck 12 forward. Looking forward to a different experience. Yeah, Holly, I think you're going to like it because those are really cool. As long as being forward doesn't bug you. Because even when the sea is calm, you still feel, a gentle up and down a little bit. But as long as it doesn't bug you. Christy says, Europe first, Panama second. Thinking of Greece and Italy. Yeah, you cannot go wrong with Greece and Italy. My best advice is, number one, if you get there and you think it's dirty, look up, focus on something else. When you get to Greece, you get to Athens, there's way more graffiti than you would have ever imagined. But just blow it off.
Yeah.
Move on and don't think about that. And know that everything is a little bit more crazy. I think it's good crazy. I like it. Like no lines. No lines. We're not doing lines. You have to hold your own and move up.
She's good at that. I'm not. So I get behind her.
Or else I see you wait over there. I'm going to get what we need.
Yeah.
But just such lovely, lovely people. It's just the way they're programmed. And it's that way the further south in Europe you go. So don't let it bug you. Just jump in and enjoy.
Yeah.
So, oh, there's Pat and Rich. Haven't gone to the Mediterranean yet, but the history of the Panama is amazing. It is. Yeah. It is something else. Did you see that they, okay, I need to find the thing. I read it and I don't remember. They're looking at building another, is it through somewhere in Central Mexico? Yeah. So we'll keep our eye on that. Yeah, another pathway through. So that'll be really interesting. So what I read, did it say how big they wanted to do it and what you read?
No, and it'd be interesting. I haven't looked at a map to see.
I'll find it and tell you all about it. But yeah, they're looking at going through again.
I mean, Mexico.
So David says Panama in February. They're coming too. Booked on the Oktoberfest cruise for September 2025 with Princess. So that's the one that's a lot like all the different European capitals a little bit, right? In more Northern Europe. I love Northern Europe too. See, you can't go wrong. Thanks, Keith, Ann, and Jerry. They say Europe too.
Well, here's the
Gordon's gonna look this up. Do both. Panama Canal was an awesome experience. Europe is a little more awesome. And you know what? It's interesting because different things call different people's names. You know what I mean? Like what you enjoy the most of all. Leaving for London tomorrow, Thomas. I am so excited for you. If anybody, hey, Larry, you're here. Did you catch the Princess transfer in Terminal 2? If you did, so I looked back through my photos when we were there in June. Like, why did I not take pictures of that? It's just because I was too excited. But when you get to Terminal 2, I was trying to help Thomas be able to navigate. I remember we went down, and as we were walking, I saw the Cafe Nero at the end, and I know I walked over there because there's a bathroom right by there, but it's just kind of out in the open a little bit by some of those luggage carts is where the Princess Rep was. And so if anybody has good directions or anything else to add to that for Thomas, speak up, would you? Yeah, Larry, pop in if you've got anything else. Looking forward to a transatlantic tourway. That's going to be glorious. What an experience you guys are going to have. I'm excited to come along with you.
Well, and of course, did you read?
Oh, Keith, Anna, and Jerry say do the old locks if you do the Panama. That's what I'm going to do. Ontario girl would say go to Europe. Everybody's saying Europe. Europe, even though I don't like to fly. Here's my approach. I can go to sleep pretty easy anywhere, but like tonight, I'm going to be up really late finishing everything that I need to do. And so then tomorrow, I can sleep really well. We just get to JFK and I work the whole time while we're waiting. And then we get on the flight and go to sleep.
And I was
But
scoping out where to eat when we're in the
see, he's in
terminal.
charge of these things. I just take a Belvita with me and I'm happy. But Gordon is like he's into that. But where was I going with that? Oh, sleeping. Go tired. Go tired. Yeah. Unless you can't sleep on a plane. If you can't sleep on a plane, you better plan to watch some fun movies and that. So, Christine says to go to Asia. Let's see. Thomas says
we are very, very blessed to have a time when you can have a personal movie right in front of you now. And there's so many to choose from. I remember my first trip to Europe with my family 40 years ago. It's when I first saw Rear Window. But it was up on a screen and everybody, that was it. You watched it or you didn't with the headphones that were just tubes.
And you just plugged into the same thing. Yep. Come a long way, huh?
Very different.
Yeah. Yeah. Thomas says next time go to Fairbanks for the Northern Lights. Yeah. People have seen a lot of Northern Lights this year in a lot of places. So
there was really a news story today that they may be able to see it from New York State tonight.
Wow. Well, I know that over on our Facebook group, our Let's Go family members who are on the Caribbean right now posted pictures, and they took them on that same dinner cruise that we went on in Tromso. So, the Caribbean Princess has not been able to go to Alta because of the weather. Well, you can't help with the storms. Nobody can.
Right.
And so they were there in Tromso and had some trouble there, like I told y'all the other day, but they got to see the Northern Lights. So, and I love when people go and they're still happy anyway. That's the way to see the world.
Well, and what an adventure. I mean, happily, nobody was hurt. And now you got a story. You can say, I was on the ship that broke loose from the dock. I mean, how many of us have had that issue?
Yeah. And I should add, Thomas is going on a Mediterranean cruise out of Southampton on Tuesday.
Are we going to meet up?
Look at that. Jerry says Panama Canal is easier because you're usually flying to and from U.S. ports. That's a good idea, which is better from the west coast. Mm-hmm. Thank you. Everybody says go that direction. That's why we're going that direction for the first time that we do it. Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, because I remember my parents talking about the one time they went, and they said coming up the west coast was probably the same as when we came up the west coast of Chile. It was that kind of
it was rougher.
Rougher, yeah.
Okay. Let's see. They're going to be D. Marie C says we're living, I think that's not Elise, for the classic California coastal in 35 days. You are welcome. Thank you for asking me. Let me say this. Anybody that asks me to book a cruise for them and lets me do whatever it is that you need. Some people, it depends on where you're going and what you need. But you know what? It means the world to me. And I appreciate it more than you're ever going to guess. So just so you know, it's not lost on me. So thank you. Thank you. So thanks, Donna. Thanks for saying that. So Thomas, you're most welcome.
Let me back up a bit on that. Okay. She and I have talked a lot about, like jobs that I've had in the past and so on. We've neither one of us ever thought we could ever be a salesperson.
I'm not a salesperson.
And she's not.
I just love to go.
Right. And she's not
a salesperson.
She's a dream fulfiller.
Nope, it's not me, honey.
Well, I know, but you facilitate it.
No, that's what Jesus does.
True.
So, no, true. I'm just here. I'm just here for fun, and I appreciate your kindness more than you'll ever know. So thank you very much. So Code 4 for Life says, they use Stock Perks app. However, Cunard kept rejecting their onboard credit because they kept saying that you had a special discounted cruise fare. Yeah, that's not part of the deal, huh? It's supposed to be if you own that stock. I'm glad you guys got it. Yeah. Good. Oh, Connie's a history buff too. She thinks history and stories of the Panama Canal are absolutely fascinating. I would disappear in Europe and all the history there. See, that's why I have to keep going back. It's like every time, some things, you see the same, but then you see different. Like this time in Istanbul, we're going to go to a few of the places that we've been to before, but only because they're on the excursions that we have booked. And I don't know why. We've got Let's Go family members that are doing separate excursions that aren't with the ship. My sister and her husband who are coming are doing excursions that are not with the ship. I'm just a little bit worried right now, and I've just decided to not worry about that. So we're going to stick with the ship on it. But anyway, we are going to some places we've never been before in Istanbul, and I'm very excited. So I've been trying to read about that. And so thanks for saying that. Yeah, that you just keep going and you try to choose out of what your options are to see something different and enjoy.
Yeah.
So Thomas says Brussels is bad for graffiti. A lot of places are, but you can't look around and just say, oh, this place is dirty. When people tell me that Rome is dirty, I have never seen dirt in Rome. Yeah. I have never seen dirt in Rome.
But you know what, Belgium, talking about Brussels, Belgium is really good for their rest stops over the freeways for just a nice...
Like their schnitzel. And isn't that what we ate there?
Yeah. And don't, if you're going to get a Belgian waffle, don't go to some place that looks like it's a hip little joint.
No. It's not going to be good. We accidentally did that.
Yeah. You want the traditional Belgian waffle.
And their French fries, because that's a whole different thing. So anyway, thanks for saying that. Did you say you did a Viator at Sagrada? I did. Yep, Sue and Phil. And the reason that I did, so Sagrada Familia puts their tickets on sale for months out. Wish I could remember exactly how many, maybe 3, maybe 6, but I hadn't bought them yet. And then we got really iffy if Gordon could come with me. And so by the time we realized he wasn't going to come with me for sure, and I should have just bought tickets, but I hate to waste money. So by the time we realized he couldn't come, they were all sold out, but I really wanted to go. And so I did Viator, and it was really, really good. So I've done Sagrada Familia several times now. And so I've done it where I've just gone in and walked around. But I've also done the one where they take you up in the tower and you like literally walk between towers on this like rope,
catwalk,
like a hanging catwalk, literally made out of rope. So we've done that, and then you walk down the other tower, lots and lots of steps. I've done it where you listen to the audio guide before. The guide that did the one that I did through Viator was the best overall. We didn't do the towers. The tower, they said you could do the towers if it was an option that day, but the day I was there, it was closed. The towers were not open, but she did a really, really good job. So we met across the street at a place that sells Mayarka pearls. And that's just what I remembered, because they put, a picture of they put the address, but I knew it was just like around the corner and down the street from our hotel and across from Sagrada Familia. And so you just meet there, and you literally, a lot of tour groups meet there, it turns out. And so you just kind of look for people standing around and say, are you with, tour? Like which my tour was Amigo Tours. And, and then you find them, and then they check your name off the list, and off you go. It was really, really good. It costs more than like a ticket into Sagrada Familia would cost. I think it was around $100, but it was really, really good. Really good. And so she explained like the facade on the nativity side. Then we went in. She talked to us about that, took us out, showed us the other side, and then said you can go back in for as long as you want. It's really, really nice. And then you can curve down and around when you come out the side that shows the crucifixion of Jesus Christ. You go out, you come out the door and curve down to your left, and there's a little museum down there, and there's a bathroom, and there's a vending machine where you can buy a bottle of water if you want one. So I know, because I wanted a drink, so I went and got it. But it was really worth it. Really, really worth it. Like I would do that again in a heartbeat. So what are the best months for the Mediterranean? So generally, so this year we went in March, and when you go in March, it was really pretty weather. It usually rains a little bit more then, but a lot of things weren't open yet. So I wouldn't go that early if it was me, just because I want everywhere to be open when I go. But truly the shoulder seasons, I think I tend to like April or May or September, October the best. You can go. We've been during the high season before in the middle. We've done the end of May, beginning of June, and we've done July and Did we go there in August?
Well, it was at the end of July
into
into August.
And
Yeah.
it's really much more crowded then. So
Yeah.
if you have the luxury of going when you want, go on either side.
And that was when we wanted to go in May, but our first grandchild arrived, and so we
Yeah.
postponed it.
It's just not
Yeah.
as busy when you go on the shoulders, and the plane tickets don't cost as much. It's really a nice time to go. But when I've been there in September and October before, it's not cold. Like I wear my coat on the plane over and on the way back.
Well, and it's
didn't even need a jacket.
It's going to be 80 tomorrow or 80 next week.
So it's beautiful
in
then.
Athens.
I just say go before the time changes if you're going in the fall, because you want it to be light as late as you can.
It's supposed to be that the sun is setting in Athens around 7:30 while we're there. So that's a good time. However, if you are restricted to June or July, the first time we went together, she and I, like we said, was end of July, 1st of August. It was miserably hot. It was very crowded. But we
had the best time.
It was a wonderful trip.
We?
Yeah.
We did.
We're
glad we went.
We went and got gelato 2 or 3 times at the gelateria. We got.
They have gelaterias all over the place.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. I'm not sure we had thank you to baggage claim. They landed in 3.
We landed.
I bet you went to Terminal 2, Larry. I betcha. Let's see. Tanya will be cruising on the Enchanted in 13 days to New England and Canada. Ooh, how fun. Okay. Packing tips for fall weather is layers. You probably knew that, but take layers, because you know what? At this time of year, even where we live, like you'll get up in the morning and it's chilly, and by afternoon it's warm. And then as the sun starts to go down at all, it's getting chilly again. And so have a short sleeve, something on that you're comfortable when it's really the warm part of the day, or if you have a hot day, and then take, a little sweater or a long sleeve, something or other to put over it, and then make sure you take a jacket. That's what I think. And if I were going on the Enchanted to New England and Canada right now, I'd take a coat. Like I have my handy dandy puffer coat, and I've washed it again since I just got back from the other trip, and I'm taking it. It crunches down really little, and it is super lightweight. It doesn't weigh anything, but it keeps me warm on the airplane. And if you go somewhere and it's just you're out on the open decks and it's chilly zipping through the water, you'll be really glad you had it, because I never want to miss a chance to be on my balcony or out on the top decks just because I'm cold. So get something like that to take with you. And the one I have is really, I have a couple of them actually, because we live somewhere cold.
Right.
But they were not expensive. I have my Eddie Bauer down coat that was a little more expensive, but I love that coat. But I'm not taking it on this. So I don't think you would need a down coat.
Yeah. And the other thing on the Enchanted Princess is, like all princess ships with the movies Under the Stars, they will bring the blankets out.
Yeah.
And we've had people that say, hey,
take a sweatshirt or buy a sweatshirt. I always like to buy a sweatshirt when I'm going somewhere. Yeah. So either buy one or just take one with you. Yeah. So Tammy, so when Tammy was in Amsterdam in July, they saw how much garbage there was in Amsterdam. I love this. She says, a childhood dream to be there, wasn't going to let get her down. So she looked at the beautiful windmills and moved on.
Oh, the canals in Amsterdam, those are something.
Yeah. So Thomas is out of O'Hare
tomorrow.
Let's see. I would add the Princess Rep set up an area where there's a lot of seating. She says, Melody says that usually the Princess Reps will set up in an area where there's a lot of seating, and there was seating available. So that's another thing to look for, Thomas. And you know what? This is probably an old age thing I have, but it doesn't bug me to ask people for directions. Gordon still isn't quite into that yet because he's a man. But I just ask. I just go ask. If I can't find something, I just go ask them and they'll help you find it. Oh.
So Larry
Watt is telling us what he watched.
New K Mutiny, an ABBA documentary. Now you're an expert.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Keith Ann and Jerry said, remember smoking section on flights?
Oh,
wow.
Yeah.
I remember that. Mm-hmm. So thank you. Oh, thank you, Mary Jo. We are going to be seeing you in a week. So just so you know, we've been working on our email with like where to meet and what to do, like so we can get together on the first day. And what we're going to get there. We are going to have a really fun cruise because you know what? There are 10 people plus Gordon and I. So there's a total of 12 of us. And so it's going to be it. You know what? I like big groups. I like little groups. I like whatever group I got is the bottom line. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. So Tim, you are such a love for saying that. Thanks for saying I'm a good travel agent. Thank you. Is our Jeffrey here? There's our Jeffrey. Hi, Jeffrey.
Jeffrey's in the house.
So let's see. Do you know what improvements they're doing on the Coral while the dry dock this month? You know what? I don't know. You know what? If I were to hope, I would hope that they are working on their dining options. That's what I would hope. You maybe remember, like, you know, the International Cafe is really small, but I think it's big enough. They have a coffee machine there for people that want coffee, their specialty coffees and or espressos, whatever. And then they do have like, it's not a huge case, but it's a case. It's not as long as like on the other ships, but there's plenty of treats to choose from there or sandwiches. So yeah.
Sergey's got a question.
Would you advise transatlantic on Princess from Florida to London or Rome? Our concern is that a flight back would be a challenge in terms of price and duration. You know what? It depends on what you want to see.
It also depends on where you live here in the States. I mean, we can get a direct flight from London, but not from Rome. And so that might be something to consider, you know, with the flyback, if you're concerned about the flying. If you live near Atlanta, you know, you can get a direct flight from either place. So
I would look at the plane tickets, but also think of what you want to see the most if you only go once. If I only went one time and I could go to London or Rome, I'd go to Rome. But that's just me. That's just me. And so that's what I would say is look at how much your plane tickets cost and then see. I would say that probably out of London into the US is probably going to be your cheaper. But it also depends because airlines, there's a lot of different airlines now, and they run a lot of different routes and a lot of different fares, you know? So, yeah. So where do you, tell us where you live. And we'll all think about it with you. Okay. But that's what I think. Wendy says, oh, thank you. You're such a love. Istanbul is lovely. I'm really excited. Just hang on to your values if you go to the market. I think they take it. Doesn't everybody end up taking you to the market?
Yeah.
Last time when we went to the Grand Bazaar, we just walked around and we're totally just overwhelmed. And then we went back out.
Yeah.
I didn't buy anything.
And part of it is the tour guide said we don't have a lot of time. And so we didn't want to start going down.
Really, we went down some, but we didn't want to get, because you know, when you go in the Grand Bazaar, you can easily get lost.
Yeah.
Because we had really heavy traffic when we were there. So we were seeing all the things. And then, but the day that we were there, it was only for a day. It was a late day, but it was only for a day. So this time we have an overnight. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
But both days, so they have excursions that you can book, ours is the Best of Istanbul, and it's 2 days worth. And so it's like 8 hours each day. And then they have this evening dinner cruise on the Bosphorus straight there. And so I was trying to book that too, because it's supposed to start at 8 in the morning for one. And then if you're gone 8 hours, you're back by 4. And this isn't until like 7 or 7:30. So right when we get on board, we're going to go run and try to book that, because the system kept saying that it overlapped, but it doesn't.
But we want to do the Bosphorus Strait again.
So yeah.
I don't expect to see my teacher again.
Yeah. Wish every cruise port had the luggage valet service. Yeah, that's true. Donna, good to see you. Good to see you. Thanks for popping in here.
So much better this week.
I was like, we can't have him sick. I can't go if he's sick. So thank you, everybody. Yeah, it seems that Europe is the winner. Okay, let us know. And if you need help with it, you can send me an email, and I'm delighted to help you with your trip. So, Diane, thanks for saying that. She says at Heathrow they landed at 3. Yeah, so this time, if you ever need to know this, when I was coming home, I landed at Terminal 4 from Nice, but they have buses, and you just literally follow the signs to which terminal you want to go to. And I feel like we're in Terminal 4, and so they had a bus for maybe Terminal 1 was separate, but for 2, 3, and 5, you literally just followed signs, and you got on those big long buses, and they bussed us a ways, and then we were at Terminal 3. So
I'm so glad
just
that
follow a
worked
lot
out.
of signs.
I
He
think I was more
worried for
worried
me.
about it for you than you were.
Yeah. Let's see. Are the fees in place for Europe now, or is that in 2025? Are the fees in place for Europe now, or is that? So the ones. So you're talking about the one for that ETIAS? Is that what you're thinking about, or the one that Great Britain has done? I think Great Britain's goes into effect in April of 2025 for their travel authorization for Great Britain, and then they haven't said the official day in 2025 for the other one. Is that what you're talking about, Carrie? Yeah, I looked at that just the other day. So when Great Britain released that you're going to have to do the website thing and it is a travel authorization, and it's not very expensive at all. I'd have to refresh my memory on how much it is, but it's not a lot. That starts in April. But the other one, they haven't announced a day yet. Yeah. So unless they've announced that in the last week, I don't think so. That would keep all right. Hi there, Tom Barton. If you could cruise only one cruise line now, what would be your choice? Oh, see, now that's very hard after just doing Azamara now, isn't it?
That's true. That's true.
You know what? I would say Princess or Azamara. And I would say that it would depend on the goal of your cruise.
Yeah.
I've said this before. Well, y'all know I love Princess. I just love Princess. But Azamara was amazing. And so I would strategically use my money on Azamara to be able to go to the ports and the destinations that I want to go to, because there's a lot that you're not going to be able to go to on Princess, on Celebrity, Holland America. There's a lot of places that either Azamara goes or they go and stay so much longer, so that when you go, you're going to really be able to see it. You're not going to be like, okay, this time I'm going to see this, and if I get to come back again, then I'll go see that. No, you got the whole day, and a lot of times into the evening. Like on this trip, you will notice most of our sailaways were like at 8 or 10, and so that's why I did lives earlier sometimes. But thoroughly. And you know, one thing I liked about Azamara is it did not feel stuffy. It did not feel stuffy at all. It was very, very nice. Excellent service. Very nice. But it wasn't stuffy, snobby, nothing. The people were very nice. I met a lot of really nice people, and thoroughly enjoyed. So yeah, I guess see, that's the hard thing, to commit to only going on Azamara anymore, or to never get to go on Azamara again, only go on Princess. That's kind of hard. So,
well, yeah. At least it's hypothetical.
Yeah, you're right. Thank you, Tom. But yeah, definitely it would be Princess and throw in some Azamara.
Yeah.
And you know what, if so Azamara just costs more. So that's why I say strategically for me, because I can't afford to go on them all the time.
That's true.
And so I just have to use it where I want to. Mm-hmm. So
yeah. So Thomas, so you're staying at the Hilton Garden Inn at Terminal 2?
He is.
That's great.
He is, yeah.
Yeah. And then down
Ellen
here.
Sales, well, you know what? See, and I didn't even throw Holland America in there. So I really thoroughly enjoy Holland America too. But yeah, that's a good thing. Everybody answer that question, because that'll be fun for us. Thanks for asking it, Tom. If you can only sail on cruise line, what would it be? And then you can put your second in there too, since I kind of have a close second, first and second, or they tie. Yeah, that's awesome. What is it that I don't like about Holland America? I don't think there's anything I don't like about Holland America. I'm trying to think of why I enjoy Princess more. Probably because I've been on Princess more. Love the Piazza. Love the Piazza. I don't know. I like the music that Holland America does. Everybody, all the cruise lines seems to be turning up their music lately, don't they? It is so loud. I just remember both times on Holland America, like when they were running the B.B. King music, I couldn't talk to anybody I was with. I couldn't even yell at them. And so,
well, and it was the same way in the Piazza. We had a hard time talking to people on the Love Boat cruise.
Yeah, it was pretty loud there too. You're right. Yeah.
Thomas is the human equivalent of a roadmap about directions.
That's awesome. Let's see. Thanks, Diane. She said that they landed at Terminal 3. Their hotel was by 4. They got the Princess Shuttle at Terminal 4 and got to the ship much earlier than their friends who caught it at Terminal 4. That's awesome.
Says, oops, friends caught shuttle at Terminal 3. So
then 3. Okay. That's interesting, isn't it? I wonder, because they go from like terminal, don't they go, well, I guess it depends on how full they are. Once they get to the point, that they're not going to fill up a whole bus at one terminal, probably a little bit later.
Heathrow, I think they go from different terminals. I don't think they go from terminal to terminal.
You don't think even later in the day when they're like trying to fill
maybe,
up the bus?
Yeah, maybe later in the day, because
yeah.
at the same time, when you're in Southampton, you got to get the right bus. They're not going to take you through the terminals the way like LAX would be or something, because Heathrow is just a whole different animal.
Thanks, Mary. Thanks for saying that. Mary Dieter, nice to see you. You and Bill. It's nice to have you with us. So Melody, thanks for saying that. Yeah, they've got those nice maps. They do. So thanks. Thomas will have those, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Let's see. In their lunchroom in the 80s, we had to walk past 2 smoking tables to get the non-smoking table
in the
same room. Yeah. I know. I remember those days too. Yeah. Today, the traffic in London reminded him of New York. So crazy. Okay. You guys are awesome. Thanks for voting. Oh, Jeffrey would go on Princess and Virgin. It's really fun to see.
Talking about
they do indeed have the best beds at sea. They do, hands down, the very best beds at sea. So Bruce, thanks for saying Princess. Tanya's got Princess and Celebrity. I'm really interested to see Celebrity. I noticed somebody put a comment saying that they ordered a lemon drop on Celebrity and still had to pay a lot for it, like $9 more, and they even had the package. So when we go on Celebrity this time, this is a new thing for us. When we booked it, I kind of calculated out that I wanted the non-alcoholic package that Celebrity has, and it's back when, as we booked this almost 2 years ago, when we thought we were going to Israel and Egypt. Yeah. So that's when they still had the gratuities included and the Wi-Fi. So I added up those 3 things, and it literally came out just the same as if I bought those separate with the 20% discount that you get before you go, or else I just did the package. It was the same. So we just did the all-included package this time. But it'll be interesting to see. I'll kind of hear what other people say about like how much their drinks cost and everything. It'll be interesting. I don't, and I'll have to kind of see. They have not been good to me with my group. So since so many people canceled when they took Israel and Egypt off, which I get, if it's not going where you wanted to go, absolutely. I get that. They like took my group away, and I haven't been easy to work with. So that hasn't made me crazy about them. So I don't know. Let's see. Nancy's considering Alaska in 2026. Any opinion on whether to book the new Star Princess or one of the tried and true? You know what? That's a really good question, Nancy. So have you been to Alaska before? And number 1, and number 2, do you even want to try the new? So it's been really interesting as I followed a lot of the reviews of the Sun Princess, not only on the transatlantic, but even before that time. It seems overwhelmingly that people either like that ship or they don't. And overall, I like that ship. And do I want to go on all my cruises on a ship like that? Heavens, no. No. Mm-mm. And so I would say that it depends. So in 2026, we're doing our group on the Star Princess, just because to me, I have been to Alaska several times, but I love to see Alaska. Alaska is one of my places. But I also want, how often does Princess have a new ship in Alaska? Like never. Yeah. So this is a big deal that they'll do that. And I really do think the way that she is built and the way that like the open decks are, in addition to their beautiful balconies and the way those cabins are appointed, it's going to be a lovely way to see Alaska. At the same time, the way that that ship is constructed so that you have got that piazza there in the middle with those levels, the way they've done it, like Crooners is not down the hall. Crooners is off of the piazza. So in the evening, you're not going to be listening to different music there. You're going to be listening to whatever is playing in the piazza. In the afternoon, if you're sitting in Crooners, you're going to be hearing what they're doing in the piazza. And that's just kind of a different thing. We haven't had that. Well, I guess in a way you have it. Like I think of the Enchanted, the Crooners was up here. But when we were on the Sun Princess before, they were always going so late in the piazza that if you thought that you were going to start listening to music like at 11, that you're traditionally hearing crooners, that never started by 11. And maybe it was just the cruise that we were on. That would be fun to hear from people, but it's just a different experience. The Princess Live Theater is different. I think whoever designed that Princess Live Theater never attended anything in a Princess Live. So I guess I'm just telling you all these thoughts that keep coming to my mind.
Yeah.
So I would just say, if you want to try the newest thing, you're still going to love Alaska. You're still going to see Alaska just the same. And if you want to try the latest and greatest, do it. But you have to kind of go in with the mindset, if I love it, it's great. And if I don't love it, it's great.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to Alaska.
One of the things that I like when you go to the buffet on any of the ships, I love all the glass. Well, the thing I like about the sun, which the star would be the same, is you're going to have from the buffet, you can actually go out on deck.
That is nice. Right, you can go outside right on the, we'll just call it the patio.
Yeah.
You can go out on the deck there and just enjoy your lunch or breakfast.
And because I love to sightsee while I'm sitting there eating. That's just a nice thing to do.
Yeah.
But then there's other aspects that might be, well, maybe there's going to be a lot more people and you don't have the wraparound bow that you would get on in some of the others.
On the older ones, So like Thomas says, he took the Grand to Whittier, from Whittier to Vancouver. So you get that deck 7 there, which I love because they have chairs and you can just go sit. You're closer to the water. The older ships may be cheaper than the Star. Absolutely. And thanks for saying that, Jerry. And I have noticed in looking at cruise fares between 25 and 26 in Alaska, they are up in 26 across the board. So they are. Yeah, good point.
I like what Paul did.
Yeah.
Hi
there. How are you, Paul? It's good to see you.
In 2026.
He's going to do the Brilliant Lady from LA to Vancouver, then spending 2 days there. That'll be really nice. Then jumped on the Island Princess for a voyage of the glaciers. Oh, see, that's going to be a really nice way to do it. Really nice way to do it. Everybody stand by. I'll have you tell. Okay, y'all stand by. So I have something to tell you about Alaska 2026, which is okay. But you start saving your money now for 2027. And when I can tell you, you're going to be like, oh my goodness. So, okay, just trust me. I'm still working on it. Yeah, it's a sneak peek. And this has been a few months that I've been trying to get this arranged. So it seems like it's going to work. So just be excited and save your money. I'm saving my money. Let's see. Mary says Princess has too much entertainment in the piazza. It's too loud and interferes with other music. I wish they would let the quiet music play in the piazza.
Yeah.
You and me both, Mary. I don't know how we all suddenly got to the point that it had to be quite so loud. And it's not because I'm old. It's like the whole time my watch is telling me that I'm in too loud of a place. Move. So let's see. I think so many have their strengths and weaknesses. You're right, Wendy. You just have to decide what you want at the time. And you know what? That changes over time. And what you want can change between cruises, and it can change, as we change. I like that. Thanks for saying that. Hi there, Lori. Good to see you. Let's see. The smaller ships may be able to get into certain locations the sun can't. Oh, thank you for saying that, Susan. Absolutely. And when you think of Alaska, so in Alaska, you have your big cruise ships that go, but then you also have your Regents and your Seabourn and your Silverseas, everybody, that can go into those smaller places. Yeah. Any news on January 2027? Not yet. Not to peep, but I would like to think it should be coming soon, though, because doesn't it usually come? It usually comes by the time wave season starts, right? And so you have coming up like Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and then depending on the cruise line who starts, like some of them will start their wave in December and some of them start it in January, and it usually runs through the first quarter, but January is always the biggest. It's always, I would say starting with Black Friday through the end of January is when a lot of that comes out and when their best sales are, because a lot of people book what they're going to do for the next year to 2 years at that time. So I would bet it'll be out by then. So let's see. Let's
Tom Barton, the
see.
Dancing King.
Is still enjoying that title he was given on his cruise on the Crown. How fun is that? So does somebody else get the Dancing Queen? Whoever you were dancing with? That's really fun, Tom. That's awesome. Sounds like we're going to Alaska in 2027. Oh, 2027 is not Alaska. Oh, no. 2027 is a place we've never been before. Yeah. Roads? Who needs roads? Not where we're going. What is that quote, love?
That's from Back to the Future.
I know, but what's the right quote? I got that wrong.
That was pretty.
Anyway, yeah, it's not Alaska.
Back up, Doc. You didn't have enough roads.
Oh no, it's gonna be. So okay. So I think Antarctic. What do we call that? The party at the end of the world?
Yeah.
Somebody called it that, and I said, yeah, you're right. I don't know. Just combine. Yeah, I can't say more, but it's just whoa.
Yeah.
Just like whoa. So anyway, be ready. Keith Ann and Jerry, thanks so much. Oh my gosh, it is 7:02. Yeah. Okay, anybody think of questions, anything you want me to see while we are on our trip, let us know. Look on Facebook or keep an eye. Make sure when you subscribe, if you haven't subscribed, like I always say, today is the day, and truly hit that little notification bell. Then you'll get a notification when we go live.
Yeah, because all of our sailaways are 10 o'clock, midnight.
So we're going to try to do some a little bit earlier.
We don't know when we're going to be doing stuff.
Yeah.
So
nope, it's not Tahiti. No.
Okay, just stop. Midge wants to know how much money do we need to save.
I don't just save a lot. I don't know how much yet. As soon as I know and it's all set up, then I can say. But I don't know how much money, Midge. But it's going to require airplane tickets and then
let's get some.
look at you.
I'm lighting up the sky.
Just so you know, when we talk with our little granddaughters on FaceTime, they just try to do this the whole time. They're the cutest little loves. So Japan's going to be fun. That's not what we're doing in 27. We might do Japan another time in 27, but thank you, Mary. Thumbs up, everybody. Oh, I just love you all. I wish everybody was coming with us, but you're coming with us. So we'll look forward to seeing you there. But like I said, put your questions and if we don't know what you're needing, we'll find the answer while we're there. Let me know what questions you have about this, about the Celebrity Silhouette too, or that class of ship. So thanks so much for coming.
Christine likes your top.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very, very much.
Yeah.
Thanks. So I appreciate it.
So we'll have pictures we'll be posting on Facebook as we go through and telling you all about where we are and what we're doing.
Oh, falafels for all, Keithan. Yeah, we'll be looking for falafel. Yeah. So if we find some, we'll send. Thank you, Christy. Yeah. Thanks, David. We'll see you guys. Thanks. I'll be talking to y'all again really soon. You all take really good care. God bless you. Love you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.